and welcome to episode 101.6 of Awakening. Home? Question mark. We discussed the title at the end of last session. And then I decided I'm not going to use your title for foreshadowing, so it's home question mark.
All right.
We are currently outside of Midway after you retraced your early human land steps and went to the cemetery to visit your dead friends. The
Yes.
hole in your soul has been filled with I don't quite know if you have found new purpose or refound old purpose, or actually have just now a concrete understanding of what your purpose is. It's a bit odd. But
I think
the
Ruben himself
obsession
doesn't quite
left.
know.
Yeah. The obsession with the goblinoids is gone, at least for now.
For now, indeed.
We will see what happens if you ever come across a group of hobgoblins again. But since Kira kind of indiscriminately murdered a lot of them in the last session, by accident, well, here we are. It is the first week of the third month after you spent like 6 weeks sitting in a forest in the rain. And yeah, today is, let's see, weather rules. Yeah, it is. It's overcast. There's like a bunch of clouds in the sky. The wind is blowing. It's not terrible, but also could be nicer. But at least it's not raining, which is a nice change after the last 2 months of constant rain.
Indeed.
Where are we going?
Ooh. Well, I think we more or less pick up with Ruben having just spent, as you said, a while in a forest covered in rain, in an almost fugue state, and maybe ending the great grudge in his heart, letting it more fill with some sort of purpose, with a new line of thinking coming to the front of him. If he is to do what he thinks he wants to do, what he's meant to do, and that being the protection, fight for of nature, something like that. He himself isn't quite sure. Fully. But he'd like to get a better idea. And that's priority number one at this point in Ruben's mind. So having heard from the intermittent signals he gets from Osma every couple of weeks, apparently, of getting just a slight update, and having gotten the message sent by Oliver that Percy is no longer with the elves, this paladin of the All-Mother, paladin of nature. I think that's a very good person to have a chat with at this point of time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be our goal. Finding this paladin.
Alrighty.
Or how find it is another question entirely.
Mm-hmm.
going to have to be a search of these human clans, at least first. He doesn't really have any means to contact really anyone. So the first idea would be to go to a human city, a large human clan. I think the closest two to him are Tarega and Lobay, both being pretty much the exact same distance from him.
Yeah, I think you're kind of positioned very neatly to go to any city, because getting to Port Bremen barriers along the roads also quite quick. So time-wise, barriers and Port Bremen are probably closer. Raw distance, they're all about the same.
Let's see. What do I remember, fellow? I picked him up in Lobay Woods and dragged him to the elves, where some really strange elves took care of him, or picked him up from. Still to this day, don't know who they are. I didn't recognize them by their clans, like colors or anything. So, still a very great mystery of who those elves, who might be worshippers of the All Mother, be, or who they are, or where they exist. But memory serves correct. Reuben remembers that not that long ago, but in the picture of his adventuring lifetime, a long time ago, with the very first cleric he ever met, Wiglaf the dwarf, they had some sort of confrontation with a priest of who I think in the end turned out to be a priest of the All Mother, or at least Reuben thinks priest of the All Mother, with the rest of the party peeking through windows, readying for some sort of ambush that never happened. But now it's the good question: what human clan was that in? Was it in Lobay? Was it in Terega? Difficult to tell.
It's kind
One
of
of
everything's the
those
same. There's the
Yeah.
Forest Clan, the Wheat Clan, the Sea Clan, the City Clan, the Stone Clan. Like, well, but everything. I mean, Low Bay looks different, but apart from Low Bay, the cities all kind of blend together. The temples all blend together. They're kind of all the same temples.
Yeah.
Except for this like nice chill in Low Bay, I think you found like this nice chill tree like on the temple plaza that you slept in a few nights. Yeah.
I guess maybe the quickest path then would be. Ruin's not. Maybe the quickest would be to go to Potbream by roads and then to Low Bay by the road. But Ruin isn't that. Doesn't love the idea of traveling human roads. That's not very cool. He remembers that the humans are quite clever and quite shifty and quite scheming. And it feels like every time he's within human boundaries, he's very quick to be noticed and at least how it has been thus far schemed against. These weird scheming humans. Drag him to places, tell him he's killed someone he shouldn't have killed, whatever. Now they're gonna do a trial on him and something. Weird humans. Actually, it's been twice now that humans have come with the soldiers in armor and said he needs to move by a car, be dragged off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
At least twice by now. So he's not too happy about doing traveling the human way. So I think the idea, it's just a 50-50 coin on Lobe or Terega. We'll probably start with Terega, I guess. I know. Lobe. I was pointing to saying Terega.
Yeah.
I think we'll start with Lobe.
Yeah, alrighty.
That's probably the easiest. So
It's
this is
going to take you
We start walking.
like 2.5 days to get there. You arrive like sometime early afternoon, stepping out of the forest, walking into the bounds of the city.
Nice. Before I get again this session, Reuven, before doing anything else in the city, goes and procures some more of their food, or what at least Reuven thinks of as what Reuven thinks as human food, which is dry rations. Make sure to get some dry rations from them.
Yep.
As humans are, the food isn't great, but it does last a while, which sometimes is the important thing.
Just generally speaking, like the last few weeks, have you been eating rations or have you been scavenging?
I think it's mostly been scavenging with some. If he found a nice sleeping spot where he can get full rests in, he might have just been doing good berries, but it's mostly been fresh rations from forests. Okay. That is what mostly I think has kept him alive. He probably, I think I've already marked down all of my old food, but he might have had a little bit of dry rations as an emergency, which he now refills. £20 of dry rations. As his emergency thing.
42.
Like 1 platinum for them. That Reuven does his trademark, or what he's found to work is he places a platinum down and then like stares intently at the shopkeeper to see if they want more, if they want less.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the general way
You generally weird money interaction.
You
like lose money here and there, so I mean, I don't think money is too much an issue if you're looking at like the size of 1 platinum. That is completely irrelevant. So just whatever. And then the next time Osmar buys like books for 80,000 gold, we will have to look at money again. But until then. Or Oliver tries to buy the next set of Oliver tries to buy the next set of golden rings for 25,000 gold. He will have to look at money again, but like the rest kind of peanuts at this point.
Yeah. Or tries to finance whole towns and cities again.
Yeah, true. Well, you get like some more supplies and
and he finds the temple area. That's where usually these god people are.
Yeah, sure. Takes you 2 hours to find the temple area. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's like right there next to the, like for humans, this would be a trivial task to find the temple in the city. Or for city traveling humans, I mean, for some of the countryside dwellers, they probably would fall over backwards when entering the city. You've been in cities before, so no shock, but you have like no idea how the city works. Makes no sense to you. So you wander around, have to run away from groups of children that are following you because you're the weird looking elf and Mr. Fancy Pants. Magic equipment decked to the brim. What is Kitty with you? Is Kira with
Yeah.
you? Is there a
Kira is
giant
definitely
green?
not. It's
Okay.
kitty hidden.
Okay.
It's definitely hidden kitty mode.
Okay. No giant
Kira
green
was probably
tiger.
out while we were traveling in. Yeah. No, not that.
Okay.
Showy. Not that showy yet.
All right.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. Yeah. You find the temple. This boring-looking white stone building surrounded by this plaza that has nice trees here, but still, it's mostly like plaster ground and these stone buildings on all sides surrounding it. Seems a bit dead to you, but yeah, whatever.
Humans. The dead buildings. He will. Ooh. He like walks right up, but then like stops at the entrance, peers his head through, kind of awkwardly, very awkwardly even, and does a take of everyone in.
Yes,
See if he recognizes anyone inside.
there's a few clergymen. There is, let's see, can you run me 1d8?
Okay.
It's an 8. There is sitting, where is he sitting? Dum-dum-dum-dum. I have to find my map again. As you like peer in, sitting like, do you like peer in from a specific side, or do you not care about this?
No,
No. Okay.
it's definitely.
So you're peering in from the right side of the temple, so sitting to your left, which would be pointing southwards, is a slightly shifty looking person, and also sitting like close to the entrance on the outer circle is which immediately jumps your eyes, a human warrior type person, clearly human because you see the ears and they're not pointy, wearing a leaf plate.
Okay. That's odd. He still just standing to like a side of the door. Will just cross his arms and like just stare. There's a good chance that might be Percy, right? There's not many humans that have the ability to get leaf plate. There is a leaf plate out there that I gave to Oliver. Oliver might have just gave that to someone. So there's a good chance that happened.
Would Oliver do something like this without
Yeah,
asking you?
probably not. Oliver, the reason Reuven gave all of the magic items to him was his true belief that Oliver is the most careful of all three of us, the most serious and the most reliable person in our team. So he most likely would not do such a thing. You know what? Even Ruben might take like a couple steps inside and like stay at the doorway, put his back to the wall, and just look at this man. He's very obvious, just staring at the man in leaf plate. He'll wait.
Yeah. The man in leaf plate, like sitting or kneeling on this outer rim of the temple, like he seems to be praying. You see after a while that the other person that is like sitting like one spot further down gets up and leaves the temple.
Okay.
Yeah, leaves to opposite side of you. Yeah. The plated
Ruben
knight.
definitely like looks at him to see if his face matches what he remembers it person.
Face matches one.
Percy's face that he remembers at least.
The other guy that is leaving.
That
No,
the
no.
man.
I think that's
Yeah.
somebody you've never seen
Okay.
before. But the
Most
guy
possibly,
sitting there on the
most
ground.
likely.
Give me a quick perception check.
Okay. 29.
Yeah. You notice also that this leaf-plated knight sitting there has like laid in front of him on the ground a spear, throwing spear. It's like a bit odd to get like the exact purpose of the weapon, which is clearly like either it's mithril or some other fancy magical metal that the tip is made of, and the what actually like is more tipping you off more is the wood of the handle, which seems to be the same wood that what's your teacher's name? Aaron's bow is made from.
Aaron. Ooh. Okay. He earmarks that in his brain, but then walks back to his nook and continues staring at the praying man. He's seen Oliver do the praying thing. Oliver doesn't really like when he's interrupted in the morning, so he'll not interrupt and just let and wait. He's more than fine to wait a whole day if needed.
Yeah, sure. What is time to an elf? It takes like 15 minutes or so before the kneeling knight like looks up and, maybe surprising to you, not surprising to you, like turns and looks at you and says, if you're done staring, is there something you need from me, Mr. Reuven?
Now,
Your microphone is like phasing in and out again. I don't quite know what the problem is.
oh, sorry. It might have been my issue. Sorry. Reuben looks to this person's face to see if he recognizes him. Doesn't say anything back.
Looks like Percy.
Oh. Reuben has a relieved
Something, your mic is messing up.
expression on his face.
Or either your mic or your internet is messing up, one of the two things. You like stop like in the middle of the sentence and then the sentence continues 10 seconds later.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Duck?
Yeah.
Okay, I switched to my phone. I think it's, internet issues again. Apologies. But yeah, Reuven gets a relieved expression on his face and will walk forward to greet Percy.
How do you greet him?
What language did he say my name in?
He was speaking common.
Okay. He will also be in common then and say, hello. It is... I did not expect to see you back in the human world so soon.
Well, it isn't as soon as you might think it is.
Reuven raises an eyebrow and then like gives a knowing look. Oh. You don't look much older, I guess. If you were there. Sorry. I would love to have a conversation with you if you have time.
Of course.
Reuven looks around. Would you want to talk here?
Percy looks around and then says, considering the nature of the conversation that I anticipate, I think we should probably find a more private area.
Okay. I'll let you lead the way. Human clans still have difficulty searching them.
Yeah. Okay. He has already stood up, his spear in hand, hoists his shield on his back, and no, he doesn't have any more equipment on him that seems to be easily visible, and says, "Well then, come with me," and heads out through the door that you came in. It's a door. It's like a large portal frame, and walks through the city with you, and you quickly notice that he seems to be heading out of the city.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And he heads southwards out of the city, and as the night approaches, you have walked a mile or so into the woods, where he will find a group of nice trees and sit down.
Yeah. Well, Reuven looks extremely happy to not have to be in a dead human room talking. He finds a nice spot, lets kitty out the rest. As we travel, Reuven does put his gaze on the man's face. Has he obviously gotten older?
No.
Okay, interesting. This is a much better place. Thank you.
Gives you a nod.
I had a couple of things I wish to speak with you about. One thing, probably most important, I should talk about, or I should mention right away. And he turns to him fully and extends his gloves. Do these look special to you?
He looks at them. And then, like, reaches and touches your hands for a moment. Closes his eye. And then says, they very obviously are special.
He nods. I was more so hope to know if they were directly somehow connected with you or your deity.
They are.
He nods. Okay. I've been wondering because I wasn't sure who gave me such a gift, but I guess this was the most obvious answer.
You got a gift.
Yes. Reuven turns to Kitty snoozing in his lap and asks her to change if she doesn't mind.
Like, raises an eyebrow. And then says, oh, that's what you meant with gift. I thought you got gifted the gauntlets.
I guess maybe. Not sure how that works with your deities placing items on the world. I haven't quite figured that out, but it seems weird. But this was what I meant. Yes,
If you think that these gauntlets are some sort of divine artifact, I'm quite certain that they are not.
Reuven shrugs. It's not as much about that. It's just this gift specifically is something is he closes his mouth a couple of times, almost not being able to form the words he wants to say. This is very, very precious to me. So I just wanted to be clear, I guess. And he like goes and scratches Kira behind the ears. It is not that important to me how valuable or whatever these gauntlets are.
I don't think that's why we're talking, though.
No, sorry, that was just something I wish to get comfort in my mind. He stops petting Kire and marches back to him and sits to a branch across from him. I wish to ask something from you, of you, I guess. His gaze slightly wanders away from Percy itself and just seemingly just gazes into the leaves of the forest. I have, in recent time, come to thinking that I don't know or don't have a clear idea, I guess maybe you would say, of my path, my conviction, the things I want to do. But you, fully now turns his gaze intently at him. You, I believe, might have answers, or at least could point me in the right direction.
I'm not sure, but I can try.
Rumen stutters on his words a bit more and just nods harshly. Over my adventures, have, I think, understood somewhat what I wish to do or what my path should be, but I feel as though I don't have a clear path, and I'd like to know how you, paladin of, no, Ruben would say, champion of the All Mother, champion of nature, how you go about your path. And if possible, I'd like to see that path for myself, see what I could take from it. He now finally finishing his words, gets slightly nervous look in his eyes as he turns back to him. Waiting for
The
some
question
sort of...
you have to ask yourself, if you feel a pull to follow Dolanier in this world, is what role do you play in this? And he motions around.
Reuven gazes again around as he moves his hand and peers into the woods. His gaze becomes slightly complicated and almost anxious. That is a very good question, but also he sighs. I'm not sure what, as you say, your deity. I'm not even sure if that is my path of following her and helping her, or helping nature.
You missed a point. There's no distinction here. And for you elves, you are intrinsically linked to nature, and therefore intrinsically linked to Dolanier. My role in this play, I'm here to make sure things stay in balance and make sure that my people do not overstep I am the greatest cheerleader of nature for humankind.
Reuven seems to have a bit of a difficult time coming to grasp with his words, specifically the part of everything is connected to Delaney. He definitely needs to take a while as he ponders and stews in silence over those words. So it means that I was born because I am an elf to follow her?
It means that it is in your nature. Deep down, you have never questioned that nature has to exist. You have never questioned that the rules of nature need to be followed to a way larger extent than humans do. It is just something that the elves embody. The lands you live in, the realms you are linked to. I'm not saying you don't have a choice, but choosing might be more difficult for you than it is for someone like me.
He, again, needs a moment to stew on those words, finding ways to make it sense within his own head, within his own ways of thinking. The strong aspect of choice and making a choice, those words hold a great sway in Reuven's mind at the moment as he thinks on those, and the obscureness of free will and his being, I guess, of is he following nature because he wants to, or is he forced to, or is that just the way he was and the way he is? And if that's what he likes, why not do it that way? It's a difficult conundrum Reuven finds in his head. But eventually he just nods to him, says, I will need some time to think about that problem, or that idea specifically. But I understand your words of your path, of your work. If I may, could I follow you for a time to see how you do your job?
At the moment, I'm not doing much.
Ruben nods.
I bit out of purpose. The only thing that I really have to do, or like think I have to do, is to find the right trees to help Oliver on his creation for the symbol. Apart from this, I think I'm waiting.
Then, while you wait, could I spend some time here with you, asking you questions?
I will be staying in Lobay for the foreseeable future. There's a... Oh, you could actually help me. You've been traveling these lands, right? You are quite knowledgeable about plants and things and trees. Have you by chance come across a large group of spruce trees?
Reuven will think through all the places he's been. This is probably something he keeps in a very like important important set of his brain. Is like categorization of trees and where they are and such. Does he think of any immediate places?
Yes, immediately. You think of the place you spent the last 2 months. Sitting in the hill forest. There is many spruce trees in the hill forest. That is the place to go looking for spruce.
Okay. Reuven obviously gets to a moment of thinking, thrashing through areas in his brain, arrives at one, his eyebrows raise slightly. He breathes in, and let's go. Yes, actually. I am quite familiar with one such place. It is not very distant from here.
Well, great, because as it turns out, it is the right time to harvest the needles, so I could get ahead of the curve.
Reuven slightly slants his head to the side and somewhat confusion or not quite understanding why he needs large amounts of needles apparently, but it nods. I would love to let you show you this place
Great.
if you wish.
If there's nothing else you have to do, we can start walking there tomorrow.
Okay, that works for me.
And I also assume you do not mind sleeping out here in the trees.
No, not at all.
Great. Then let's head to rest and on an adventure tomorrow.
Okay. Ruin has a slight smile on his face at that, but will not push for more information today, and just see what Percy has up his sleeve. And he'll go to sleep.
Alrighty. Nothing tries to murder you in the night. It's like one of these peaceful, calm forest nights. And as you wake up the next morning, it is still a bit overcast, but not raining still. And you can grab your stuff and head out. It's going to take you like 2 days to get back over to the hill forest. And then in the hill forest, you can lead him to any interesting place you want to. Is there anything specific you want to show him in the hill forest? Or?
No, I think it's as they start walking in, he mentions of like the major threats of like thralls in this area, but trolls are kind of everywhere, but still nasty trolls. And but we'll show him to areas of bruise trees.
Great. Yeah, you head into the forest. I'm going to spend a few days here, so you can ask him questions all the time.
Yeah, I think that is the idea. First, I'd like to know why he is gathering these pine needles.
Because Oliver wants to rebuild the temple in Barriers, and that is the spruce needles are necessary to create the holy symbol, or the symbol of Dulanir.
Okay. Reuven had glanced over those materials, but he hadn't remembered any of them, so he just nods. Then, as we travel, something Reuven aptly tries, not just asking, but just looking at him as he travels, as he walks. Like, how does the paladin of nature conduct himself in a forest like this? Following him, or like, how does, when he meets animals, or when we see animals from distance, or like gather food, such things. I think Reuven's really interested to see how someone like him behaves.
Very peaceful, and that like sticks out because it's like extremely peaceful around him. You see animals, you are used to wild animals, right? And you know how to act around wild animals. Percy also seems to know how to act around wild animals, but there's like a sort of a the wild animals also know how to act around him. That's a bit of a weird observation.
Yeah.
But they seem to be acting different with him around than they would be acting when you would meet them by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. You do never see him like from time to time, like he gathers like some firewood, but he always only like gathers from the ground. He never like cuts down a tree or anything. Not that he would even have equipment to do that. Yeah, so just generally very respectful, and yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
There's nothing particularly interesting that happens in the time you're traveling with him.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something Reuven spends a lot of effort in, like generally just looking at him, I guess. That's it's probably even pretty obvious that he's doing this. So, other than that, there's probably some interesting points of conversation Reuven brings up as he, of course, fully helps Percy in bringing them. He'll even help gathering them if he asks. What does he start with? Reuven's pretty blunt, so he'll probably start with the juiciest pieces of information. Percy, when you mentioned staying away for a longer time, I assume, well, I guess this was quite obvious to assume, is you traveled to the Vibrant Dream?
If that's what you want to call it.
Do you have another name for it?
No. That name is as good as any.
Roman shrugs. I guess I wish to know if, or less to know, just were you treated well by the elves, those elves?
Of course. If you want to know who they are and what their purpose is, I'm not allowed to reveal that to you.
He gives a begrudging smile. I think I already assumed so. Elven elders wouldn't let such a thing go. I'm kind of getting used to it at this point. I have more or less just realized that information I must gather on myself. But that is okay, I guess. Frustrating at times, but what can you do, you know?
Exactly. Everybody's just playing their part.
Ooh, those words do echo in Reuven's skull for a moment, as we are in like the same woods. Reuven just like a week or so ago had exact same thoughts, and he stands there frozen for a good few minutes. But we'll quickly go back to what they were doing. Other questions? Let's see. He probably assumes most things he could ask are not things Percy will reveal to him, but
I mean, you can ask him. If he doesn't answer, he doesn't answer. You can still ask.
That's true. Yeah. I take it you completed your champion quest while there. Gained your magic weapon.
I think my experience is different than that of Oliver.
Possibly.
But yes, I have been reunited with Corey, and he like slightly like shows his weapon.
Interesting. Reuven will take out his own mithril dagger to see if the handle of that is the same as the wood from the other two weapons. He
We're
assumes
asking
not,
questions.
but
Is there anything? Could very much be, but if it is, it's like I
maybe,
never
okay.
thought about it.
Okay, that's fine.
I think there's nothing. Where would it even be?
That's my job, DM, asking difficult questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the job. But yeah, it's not that important.
I think I never wrote down what it looks like, so it doesn't look like anything.
Mhm.
Yes, doesn't look like anything.
Okay, that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. While talking to Percy and maybe looking at Kira, he asks, "Did you?" I don't quite understand how magic and time worked in that place, but did you? The both of us, we never met there, right?
No, I've been in a different place than you might think.
Okay. Hmm. It was quite an interesting place, though.
Indeed.
I do not remember possibly most of what I did there, but the things I do recall, they are of great. They are quite interesting.
Neither do I recall most of the time I've spent in that place. I think that is for the better.
Do a lot of humans go to that place? Or are you
Rarely,
unique?
and most do not go on their own accord. And most aren't as safe as I am in that place.
Ruben gives a good nod. I think a teacher of mine is one of such people. He doesn't talk about it though. I understand why. I had to do quite something to stay alive there. Ruben stares pensively into the distance. Uh, Ruben probably spent some time glancing at the leaf plate, but at the end he probably doesn't. He might make a remark of cool armor, but he won't ask where he got it.
Also, I mean, it clearly is leaf plate, but it is like the markings are very different than what you would expect to see. Like, you went to like your capital, quote unquote, and you have seen like some elves in leaf plate there, which like probably like the only place you would ever see somebody wearing this outside of like extreme ceremonious circumstances. And you found the one leaf blade. They look similar to each other, like basically look like the same. Seems to be like the same style. This one looks a bit different. The the markings on it, like clearly, like looking at it like for a while, and like it's like hard to see because it has like this green shimmer to it, and it's like relatively dark color wise. So seeing like distinct like like the patterns on it becomes a bit difficult. But after a while, looking at it, you can clearly make out like this large holy symbol that is on the front of the plate, and like these elaborate like leaves and branches that are sprawling around it. Yeah. I mean, it is a very distinct armor.
And the Dulaniers symbol is again very similar to the symbols of stars you've seen in the sky. This arrow. Tip,
It's a full
seemingly.
tree on the plate mail.
Mm.
The
Okay.
breastplate. Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
but like the star symbol is like more like a rough shape, and here it's like it's full a full make, very finely crafted.
Okay. I think besides those, I don't have any specific questions that Ruben would have. But he will, I guess, just throughout this time, talk with him on more on the like specifics and intricacies of being a person of nature, being a person that like tries to help nature in different ways, and see how he thinks of things and how he like even asking questions or he's even asking advice on how to do certain things. Ruben wants to just get a good understanding of his thinking. I guess it's a good way to put it. Yeah, and he'll spend all the time doing that.
Yeah. Give me a which would be a judge of character charisma check probably.
Okay, charisma.
And a wisdom check, both.
Okay. Charisma 23, wisdom natural 20, 34.
Okay. Just generally speaking, like from a factual standpoint, you pretty much like feel like you align on most things. There's like just slight differences that don't amass too much. The more interesting thing that you like get like this feeling over the days, like you've spent like 3-4 days by now, is that he seems to be somewhat disillusioned.
Okay.
Which, you know, some like there's like this weird. You haven't like talked much with Kaliran, but Oliver has talked about Kaliran, and kind of feels like similar to him. Like he also has like this weird disillusioned state from time to time where he just questions the meaning of everything. And with Percy, this also comes to the forefront from time to time, where he like makes like a random remark on the side, just like the sentence, like everything's just doing their job, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody has this role to play. Like these statements, these seem like so purposeless. Like there's no way forward. Which, in comparison to Oliver, who's always looking for things to like further his ethos, and he has to do this and he has to do this. Now he's on this grand quest to like make this large temple. It's like extremely different.
Always finding new things to do, helping new people. Yeah.
Yeah. Even like this crazy, I have to manage like the relationships between the chosen, because he knows like, oh, there's like this one chosen that I'm not getting along with, which okay, I'm not getting along with, but I should just like Oliver's mind is like always like focused on his like divine quest kind of, and with Percy it's like okay, I have my job and I'm doing my job, but there's no real like big plan at the end.
Like a real disillusioned office worker type.
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I think Ruben will clock that, but wouldn't really push on that. Similar to, yeah. I don't think he feels like it's his path, his job, or even his. I don't think it's his part to help him in that way. So Ruben just continues doing as before. Probably in some ways, feeling that if he's doing has similar feelings and similar alignments in like protecting nature as Percy, there's a dual-sided feeling of, on one side it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. That seems like I'm kind of getting into the right path I should be on, but then the other side it's like, am I more just pushing again, just becoming another priest of the Stulanir? It's definitely something that keeps him awake slightly. But he continues on and continues helping him.
As you like spend the days like picking spruce needles from the ground that have like fallen down during the rain season, finding ways to like clean them because they're kind of muddy as well, and putting them in these like Percy has brought like these linen sheets that you like put them on to get them dry and then roll them up to move them. At some point, like you're talking, and Percy will ask you a question, and he will ask you, Reuven, what do you think your role is? What's your path forward? Do you have a path?
Reuven's brows close up together. He gets his more relaxed state definitely squares up. He takes a couple of labored sighs, almost like letting the pile of pine needles sit in front of him as he crouches down, looking downwards. That is a good question, and it's something I've been thinking about often. Let me ask you something first. Percy, do you know of the state of what is happening in the east of this human kingdom?
Heard it's a wasteland. Never traveled there.
Reuven gives a very serious nod, and in a couple sentences describes the scenery there of most turning into complete sand, wastes, and dunes, but not a single plant besides a couple of water spots living there. And what is left of any semblance of plant life is being hacked to pieces constantly by these ravenous ant creatures that have completely dominated the western area of the wastes and are eating away at the ground. And even though Reuven says these descriptions in a sad, almost hurt voice, he follows up with conviction in his voice as he says, and I think that could be changed, that could be helped, that the nature that there was once there could be helped. He bites his bottom lip.
How is it that you are so different than the rest of your kind?
In this crouched position, his gaze jumps up to him, his alien like face and eyes staring at him, his long, weirdly long ears twitch ever so slightly from side to side. Did you? I don't know how much you learned about the elves while you were with them.
More than you wish to know.
What I know is that my people aren't. With a deep sigh, he continues. They aren't ones to go forward, build forward, or even help. I've now learned of times where your kind had been in trouble, apparently, to the point of extinction, and not any elves had helped. The elves had made deals with the enemy to not attack. And now that after 1,000 years, the wastes have claimed a significant portion of our forests, cutting off a whole area with a whole clan of tree giants, abandoning them. Reuven says those last words almost with a sad and depressing shudder in his voice, and then shakes his head heartily. I don't know why I think differently or am here or whatever. I was never one to follow the rules. Every teaching moment, every elder's lesson, every story that was told to me and my kind, I didn't like it. I felt awful. I did everything I could to leave, I guess. I jumped out of windows when an elder professor was talking, giving a lecture. I hid away from the clan, walking in our woods, being alone. I've scolded. The elders didn't quite enjoy that, but I guess they weren't quite able to set my mind like theirs.
The rebellious prince. A story as old as time.
Reuven nickers a bit. I thought I'd have a better chance of finding my own path, my own feelings on what I should do. Not there. Not at home. Then I met, my friends here.
And somehow you got roped in to this thing. Quite funny.
Reuven, despite his morose expression, does peer out a smile and nods. If you put it that way, yes. I can see it being quite funny.
Which brings you to an interesting conundrum. Your people have always decided not to take sides and remain in the forests and just let the world pass them by, and here you are in the middle of an big time, being a aid to one of the chosen, who might be an aid to all of the chosen. Does this not frighten you?
Having now looked at Percy again, his eyes squint, and a almost cheeky smile goes on his lips. No, it doesn't. Everything I've done here, a lot of what I've experienced with my friends, it's been painful. It's been dangerous. It's been, in some cases, awful, beyond description. But I've enjoyed it, in a way. And if the clans are mad that I'm here doing this, well, pardon my words, but fuck them, I guess.
Well, you must be the most unelven elf that exists at this time. And yet you keep your relationship with nature intact. Might be some point in the future where you have to decide which path you want to walk.
And which would those be?
The one of your heritage, or the one you choose.
Ruben blinks slowly for a bit. Then bobs his head side to side. Maybe yes. And then he feels almost a pulse from his mind. Those strong feelings that had engulfed all those painful scars on his soul from the goblins that had been filled by that incredibly strong convictions and feelings towards nature. Maybe so. I feel, though, that at that point, I'll be able to make the decision. Maybe not a good one. But when have I ever made good decisions?
At least you're making decisions. Which is something that your kind seem to be very reluctant to do.
Ruben, for a moment, thinks of all the things he's always straddled to himself or like put to the back burner to think about later, and feeling quite bad for himself for holding those thoughts and not making decisions at the moment. But now might think that, oh, is that just all elves? Huh. Randomly, Reuven chuckles to himself, but stays quiet after that.
You continue picking spruce needles for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Spend like 3 days or so picking needles until Percy seems to be happy with the amount you got.
All right.
And he will thank you for your aid and ask you one last time if there's anything you need from him. And if not, he will return to Lubei and wait.
Reuven has, throughout this pretty much week, gained, I think, quite a bit to chew on his mind. Reuven thanks him for all that he's willing to let on, and I think for now is satisfied with what he learned from Percy.
Great.
And yeah, he'll let him go.
Yeah. Just like over the days, like in talking with him, you would have understood that Percy, he has like his duty, which is to like keep humans in check. So this is like also something that people know about him, and that's why he has to be somewhat findable. That's why he is.
Yeah.
Unless he is on some duty mission, he will usually be in Lubei. So Percy is one of the chosen who is easy to find because he makes it known where he is. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I think this is pretty much what Reuven wanted from this experience. So he's happy to pat Percy on the back and let him go back to his duties.
Mm-hmm. All right.
As
And where does Reuven go?
Yeah. Reuven does what Reuven does. It stays emo-like in a forest covered by rain.
It's not
That's the
raining.
usual go-to. Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah, I think this is quite. This has given him quite a bit to think about. He will probably take the next bit to letting Oliver go. I don't know, Percy go. I think he plans to just take his time thinking stuff through. Maybe traveling through some of these woods that he isn't quite familiar with yet, and making his way to this monastery he's heard so much about, but hasn't actually ever gone to yet.
Okay.
This big thing that Oliver's been working on for so long.
The area you are going to be traveling is not like forest that much. There's like these patches of trees. From time to time, they're like 100 square meters or something. Like it's like small, like forested areas, but not really like continuous forest. It's like a mixture between like, there's like a basin that is like filled with trees, and then there's like an open field again, and then like behind the next rolling hill, there's like another patch of trees. Yeah.
I think I'm in the end still have to planning to go that way, so it doesn't really matter to him which way. So this seems like the most pleasant way of traveling still.
Sure. So you travel along these areas, blah, 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 wandering around. Let's just quickly check like how much time this will take you. That is 5-6 days if you're like moving reasonably fast, or you can take more time if you want to be chilling.
He probably, I'll add an extra day to that, so it's a nice week.
Okay.
As he takes his time at points, finds cool, maybe some beautiful spots of these groves of trees, and basically digests the knowledge he's just received, or these ideas he's just gained, and comes to the conclusion that he definitely, the path he thinks is for him isn't quite the same as what the elves are, or what the elves think, but neither is it quite what Percy does. That's not quite the same. But he does have one more, not known person, but a possible lead on a person that could also be on a similar path to himself. A person whose handiwork he believes helped him climb up the hole of the walls in the very northern tip of the kingdom. This weird tree-loving human, apparently, that was told to him by the clan of wood giants. Yeah. So he sets his gaze upon the northern tip of the kingdom next. He still goes through Oliver's monastery to see if everything's okay there.
Yeah, everything is fine. No, nothing particularly
yeah.
interesting. I think you know, like, Chris and Nell. I think you met them.
Possibly,
But,
yes.
yeah, like either Chris or Nell would be there. Other than this, like nobody that you would know. And I don't
Yeah,
think you're much of a socializer, so you
not at
say
all.
hello, hi Nell. Just wanted to say hi,
Yeah,
and then bye.
it-
And then you
that
kind
is
of
the interaction to the T.
sit outside on a tree for a while, look around. No problems seem to be plaguing the monastery for now. So
That is very positive to hear. He also probably, as he went through here, like went past the mountain. I don't remember what's it called, but
Mount
he
Carrick.
probably he had some memories of old times, of almost dying at least once, maybe even a couple times there. Those were the early days. That was
The early
nice.
days, yeah.
But next, he'll probably head to Barrios and start heading upwards.
Alrighty. It's 2 days to get to Barrios, grab things that you need, and then you're going to head like through the forest, or do you like head around along the road?
Ooh, he's gonna do from the forest, but not go too deep in. He knows there's snake and basilisk areas here, I think. So
The main issue would be spiders.
Oh, spiders. If I recall correctly, spiderwoods weren't like were they more deeper into the woods, or were they the entire woods?
It's the non-web spiders here.
Ah, right. Yeah, you know what? There's instead this large areas of lake he's never really visited before. So he'll actually walk by the lake and see what's up there.
Alrighty. So you had like along the lakeside for like 3 days or so until you arrive like at the get like past the last settlement here, North Shore. And these 3 days, let's see what you would find interesting things. So you would see like a group of crocodiles, a group of giant frogs, and at one point there's like this large looks like a hedgehog, but like really big and spiky, shimmering slightly green. It's like rolling around. It looks like a hedgehog. It's like very bad description. It's like this ball with spikes on all sides. At least that's what it looks like, and it's like slowly rolling around the lakeside, and then disappears into the water again.
Ooh. Odd. Yeah. That I think nothing there takes his interest that much, so he'll want to stay put here. He does, remember those odd creatures. Were those giant toads the same ones we saw in Hotana Island that blocked our way at one point?
Nope.
Different. Okay. Yeah. Reuven has probably a great time seeing new types of creatures, observing them. But from the top here, we'll probably, at this point, he'll just use the road and probably head just straight northwest.
Alright. Takes you a few more days. Let's give it like that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more days to get like to the climb that you have found. So easy for you to find it again, and you can make it all the way up to the east. Where is Reuven? Is Reuven on the map? There's the party on the map. So let's grab a Reuven and give him an appropriate site. Should be more like this. Perfect. You arrive. Top of the cliff. For some reason your token has stone skin on it, which it should not have, so let's remove it.
Not? Yep.
And yeah, that's where you come up.
What point does he? Is it this?
This is like late afternoon again. Like you hiked up the switchback made climbing spot here, and yeah, it's late afternoon. It's like 2-3 hours before you have to find a place to rest.
I guess there's not a better time than this right now. So his idea is to first look for tracks around this immediate area, assuming that if this creature uses this path semi-regularly, then there's a chance some tracks might be left behind by this, I'm assuming, human. But might not be a human.
The only tracks you find are a rabbit.
Okay.
And these weird rabbit feet, which you would link to some sort of kobold creature.
Okay.
That's like what you find like immediately as you come up, wander around a bit.
Then he'll just spend the rest of the evening going around looking for a nice spot to camp that's easily nice defendable, nice hidden. And he'll just rest for the night.
Is Kira with you or Kitty? Who's out?
Ooh, I think for now, mostly we have Kira out during the day, with Kitty out in the night so she can sneakily hide and sleep in a tree.
Okay.
That's the general idea. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah. The night goes uneventful.
Perfect. For gear wise, now Reuven is fully geared up on his cursed armor, his elven crown that he should probably give back at some point, but he'll get to it at one point. Is adorned on his head, and he's fully stacked up in magic items. And the next day, I think the idea is if this is a relatively large, but also not that large of an area. So his idea is to, because he knows that it's somewhere in the northern part of this thing, probably, at least that's what he remembered from the Tree Giants. He'll start looking for weird tracks and weird, like oddities, caves, hidden passages, hidden huts, maybe even.
Alrighty.
That's the general plan. Yeah.
So you're trying to, you're planning on like if it takes it to spend a few days here?
Absolutely, yeah. Spending time.
Alrighty.
For skill.
So let's quickly check like day one. What do we find on day one? Kobolds. Ooh, a few troll tracks.
Okay.
That's like what you find on day one. Can you roll me a 3d20?
I shall.
Just to see if like you have to like dispose of a few trolls as well. Okay. Oh, alright, that is okay. You actually have to dispose of a few trolls. You find the tracks of the trolls, and as you find the tracks of the trolls, you also see the trolls that you have been accidentally following, and it's gonna be quick. Let's see. 3 trolls that you run into by accident.
Okay.
Just quickly see how it goes. Bring you to a easy cheesy. We don't need any fancy things here, so just grab the free lawn. And what do we have in weird creatures on the free lawn? What's that? The fuck? That seems orkies. Okay. Or hobgoblins. I think that was the last fight from Oliver against hobgoblins. Okay.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Reuven and Kitty, which would be Kirill. Let's quickly swap. And where are my trolls? What trolls? Where are you? Oh, why is Roll20 so slow? Trolls, not owlbears. What the fuck? Oh, let's take these trolls today. Different troll token. They look trolly enough. And let's quickly jump into battle here. Bring out the red battle, because that's what it is. As the trolls roll into initiative. Does this work again? No, it does not work. Okay, I need to do this at some point.
Is there an initiative tracker?
You can roll initiative and I will open the tracker.
Okay.
Let's see, there is no white dragon, no Oliver on the token, on the tracker. No, there is. Okay, no, showed up. Alrighty, so you go first. I need to quickly give the trolls some hit points.
Yeah.
But you can start attacking.
We try to see if Reuven's light training with Kiri thus far has paid off, as we tried to go back to back, guarding each other's backs. Reuven's letting some arrows loose. Let's shoot some arrows. D20 plus. I think we're starting 30 feet from me, so yeah. We'll say we started. That's a plus 19. 1 and 2, both of the same guy. I think that's a hit and a crit.
That seems appropriate.
And we have. I'm rolling d8 plus 3. Let's roll a d8 extra. Okay, so that's the first one is a 9, and the second one is an 8. So 9 and 8.
Okay. Which target?
At the nearest one.
Okay. That is 8 and 6 damage.
8 and 9
8
from
and 9.
the extra plus 3, yeah.
Yep. Alrighty, up next, troll number 1 will donkey and do his best to murder you with his 3 attacks. Claw, bite. That is a best one is a 24.
Sadly, I think 29 AC at the moment.
Wait. Oh, 25. Okay. 29. Why do you have 29 AC? You're lying.
I'm with my armor plus dex plus total of plus 8 in magic.
You should be. What's how many decks do you have?
3 dex.
3 decks. So 18, 21, and then you have 8 more magical
8.
AC?
Yeah.
From what?
Magic ring plus 2, magic ring plus 1, buckler plus 1, crown plus 2, and a plus 2 protection cape. That's a total of.
Oh, that's a total of 8. Yeah.
Plus, yeah.
Cheater. But whatever. Nothing we can do. Kitty goes. What does Kitty go?
Kitty will stick to Reuven's back if she can, and assuming that it's probably going to be easier if some trolls are probably going to attack her. So she readies attacks.
Okay.
As she readies at his back.
Alrighty. Up next are the other 2 trolls. One circles around, gets to you. One goes to the Kira. The one against you will try to fish for 20, which he does not accomplish. And then you can just click. Kira has like a all attacks. No.
Yeah.
Where is it? Kira should have a. What?
Did you build something magic?
Yeah, I gave it a macro, and then I never assigned a macro to the bar, so no.
Yeah.
It is
Happens.
at the bar. Kira attacks.
Kira
Which
attacks. See
will
it?
also give you
Ooh,
the magic.
so cool.
Also gives you the name.
We
is-
ignore that. I don't think about that. Don't worry.
Miss, hit. So miss and hit, miss and hit and miss. So that is 3, 8, and 9 points of damage.
9 damage. Yeah.
And the troll against the Kira will try his best with a best is an 18, which
I think that hits.
so 18 or 19 AC on the Kira. It is. Why is it just 13?
I do not know. It might be just 13, yeah.
Just 13, yeah. Yeah. So the 18 hits, the other 2 miss because they are abysmal rolls, which is 1 claw for 7 points of damage. Nice one.
Let me take that off. Oh,
I
okay,
already
you
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's end of round. Do you have more attacks?
I do. I have 2 more attacks. Same guy attacked before.
Hit.
2 hits, I'm assuming, and plus 3. 14 damage altogether.
Alrighty. And let's reroll the initiatives.
Look at that.
He goes
Kira
first.
first?
Yep.
Kira attacks.
Hit,
2.
miss, hit, miss, hit.
15?
2
So-
for 5.
Yeah, 5 damage. I'm attacking my troll.
Mhm.
1 shot. We'll do 2 shots at him.
Hit crit.
Ooh, that might have already been enough, but he's dead then. Oh, well, he might not be. Yeah, okay.
Troll against Kira. Hit, and hit. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, okay.
That is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12, which is 17 points of damage.
Ouchie, ouchie.
And the troll against you. Fishes for 20 again. Doesn't manage to roll one. And end of round.
3 attacks at the one attacking Kira, if I can. 1, 2, 3.
Crit hit.
Crit. Hit. Ooh. 20 damage exactly. That was 5 arrows. Oh, shit. I hit a button on my keyboard and I restarted Roll20. One moment. Okay. Initiatives for you and initiative for you.
You go first.
I attack the one attacking Kirei. Oh. All my
Oh,
dice
that one
rolls
is
were gone.
down. There's only one against you at the moment.
Oh, that one's gone?
He's fallen to the ground.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there's so many hit bars I didn't see. So the first one I think is a hit. And I'll also roll the second one. It's crit.
Yep.
So this is the hit, and this is the crit. 19 damage.
Kitty goes next.
Kitty will... actually, Ruben will try something. This is a part of their training as they're going apart. Ruben will ask her to disengage to see if she can.
Sure.
That's perfect. Kitty's gonna step back and munch on this guy instead. And okay.
The one against you goes... misses.
Okay. And then I have 2 more attacks. Oh.
That is a fail. Give me saving throws, Steph. Okay.
Pass.
Alright, so 1 hit.
1 hit, 5 damage. Initiative. There it is. And 3. Ooh.
Kitty goes first.
Kirei runs around and goes to munch on this guy.
She, like last round, she disengaged, so no attacks.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, so this round she is munching on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Next up. The troll and then me. This is 2 attacks. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a crit and a hit.
I'll roll the hit first, and then this is the crit. Okay.
Troll also falls to the ground.
Then Reuven will put his bow away and start casting Produce Flame from the crown.
Your crown can cast Produce Flame, or can it only cast End Flame?
I in my notes have. Wait, let me just reread my notes. I understood it as I have both the in fire on swords and a infinite cast fire in my hands, but
yeah. Wait, just double check. It is a spell that you're casting, so let's double check the spell.
Yeah.
If there's anything weird that we need to keep in mind.
Where are my notes on my fireball?
Okay, creature struck by the flame. Yeah, it is not as
Can't quite get them on fire.
It's not as cool as you think it is. It will stop them from regenerating, but it is not not like you're not producing like a large like flame on the thing. You would have to like set the troll on fire, which is a bit of a rough thing to do. You can like stop them from regenerating for the moment and get away, not an issue. But like killing them with Produce Flame without any other sort of flammable material, it's gonna be kind of impossible.
Yeah. Let me check. Make sure I don't usually bring oil with me, so Yeah. Ruben's okay with that. He stops the regen on with fire, and then just gonna let them rest, I guess. Let them be.
Alrighty.
He'll spend some spell levels on healing Kitty. Okay.
Hmm?
How much damage did she take?
Many damage. 24.
Okay. Also, let me just do 4, 5, and 4. Well, 4, 5, and 2. 11 arrows. I probably just spend them. Just going to take new arrows. 24 damage. Okay, let's roll some 2d4s. 5 on the first level. This is 9. Second, and this is. I'll spend one more second level slot. That's a total of 14. Ooh. Yeah, Ruben would spend all his 8 points. So that's another second level spell spot. That's a total of 8 plus 9, 17. And this is the last remaining spell slot I have for 21.
Alrighty, she's down 3 hit points.
Okay.
As you are also down 21 hit
21.
points for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Which
1d4
you-
hours.
Yeah.
Or
Will slowly regain. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So short adventures, day 1. Day 2. Day 2 is the interesting day. On day 2, you will find once again these weird footprints. You still have not managed to, like, you don't know what creature this is. It has these mixture between like a humanoid gait, but also like almost bear-like footprints. It's like a bear that's walking on 2 feet.
That's really odd. He'll try to follow him. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Give me a tracking check. That's like
I'll roll it. D20.
yeah, just roll higher than 10 and we are fine without thinking.
Oh, sad.
I have to think. That is a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then a 21, 15.
Kira helping me, maybe?
Yeah, that's already encountered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 15, which would be 23, which you, yeah. All right, yeah, you can follow them. And they lead you, like you're wandering around a bit, like you're somewhere here as you find his tracks. And they lead you kind of like westwards.
That's perfect, yeah.
You follow them, you follow them, you follow them. You come across like some other markings, which would be like also like put bare in your mind, because there's like this, you find these scratch marks on a few trees. You find like some bear pelt like stuck in like hung on like some thorns from like a bush or something like this. Also like somebody has like scratched his back on a tree here. So these bear marks, and also like still like these that the gate still looks kind of humanoid. And as you walk and follow these tracks for a while, you kind of slightly get annoyed by what is this? No, they are sleeping, so you not get annoyed by them. And you will come, like, after following these tracks for 2 hours or so, you see like this opening, like the trees lighten up, and you see that you have been heading towards the cliff. And as the trees like dissipate, you can see further into the distance, and you see a small shack that is made out of a tree.
Okay. All right. Reuven will get Kirae. I guess first ask her if does she feel anyone nearby or inside the shack. Okay.
Like three thing.
Inside.
Just here, near us.
Okay. Okay.
Like this direction. One big and two small.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception coming up. 21 exactly.
21 exactly. As you like observe the shack for a moment, you see that like in front of the shack, there is also some sort of garden, kind of like very crudely made, but you see like these places where there's clearly some sort of root vegetable growing, potatoes probably.
Okay. Reuven will tell Kirae to stay put, and tell her, "I don't. These are not enemies, but just in case, I want you to stay behind, hidden, to make sure we aren't ambushed. Let me know before you attack anyone, okay?
But it's food. It's
But
like
it might not be food. It might be a friend.
No, it's too food, too small food. It's like, you know, smell food.
But the big one might be a friend, and it might be the friend's food. We can't take friends' food, right?
Okay.
We'll go get food later, okay? He scratches her head. We'll go get some really yummy food. We'll look all day.
Okay.
Thank you. And Reuven will head out first. He'll walk to like a noticeable spot, not that close to the, like to the. How far is this clearing around the hut?
It's like not really a clearing. It's just like the wood gets lighter, and then like there's trees. Like when the distance between the trees is like 20 feet, 30 feet, and then like somewhere nestled in between there. But you can see it from quite a distance away. Like you can see it from like 200 feet away that somebody has like built this shack there somewhere.
Okay.
And then, like
He'll get within like 70, 60, 50 feet roughly. So there's no trees right between him and the hut. And then he'll, I guess, shout in human. Hello? May I come talk? Hello?
yeah, you shout like 1, 2, 3 times. At which point, like the door like flies open with a crashing sound, and stepping out of the door is like this 6'5", 6'6" hulking guy, bare-chested, a axe on his shoulder, steps out and like with this bellowing deep voice like shouts like, "Who's asking? Who's there? Why are you annoying me?"
Reuven tries to make eye contact and waves. Hello, I am Ruben. I wish to talk with you. You are a friend of the Wood Tribe.
Congratulations, I don't want to talk with you. And he like turns around, closes the door behind him.
Ruben's not gonna let that go that easily. So just as he's turning around and slamming the door behind, he's shouting, "I heard and talked with the Wood Giant Tribe. They mentioned you are a friend. I wish to become friends with you as well."
No reaction.
Shucks.
You hear the sound of like chicken in the distance.
I recall back to the man's visage. Even though he had, did he have like bear-like claws
No.
on his feet?
No, it did look like a human. Chick only wearing pants. Really big. Burly. A lot of hair.
This is quite the predicament. I think he'll wait there for a bit, like a good 10 minutes. After that, if no one's spoken to him again, he'll head back to Kirei and I think he'll make camp for now, for this day, like pretty near this guy's camp, this guy's hut. And we'll sleep tonight and hope that he is less grumpy tomorrow.
Okay. You sleep tonight? You wake up to the sound of somebody like making wood.
Oh, okay. He will get Kirei and will walk towards the sound of the wood making.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming like from the general area where the hut is.
Yeah.
You can walk around the hut to the backside where you see like the small like roped in like pasture where 2 chickens are hanging out with a small like crudely built chicken coop. And next to it is the guy at the moment is cutting wood. Like he has like this large wood block on the ground and has like his axe and is going to town, swinging the axe and like splitting the wood without like any, seems effortless. That guy is definitely really strong.
Oh, well, it looks like a hunk of muscle, right? So
he
looks like a strong foe.
He already like looking at him, you would assume he's strong, and like watching him work, it's not just looks, it's really strength.
Okay. Big scary guy. Rua will stop at roughly the point he can see him, so he doesn't get too close, and will again wave and say hello. Please, I just wish to talk to you.
Oh, you're still here.
I apologize, but please,
What is it?
you seem to be a friend of nature. I'm here to see if I can understand your path. I wish
You're
to ask
wrong.
you some
I'm an
questions.
enemy of civilization, not a friend of nature. Does it answer your question?
I don't know. You were friends with the wood giants. I think that's a strong point there.
The only other reasonable creatures that exist up here? Well, we don't murder each other.
Well, usually only friends of nature would be friends, I think, with wood giants like this. They spoke quite highly of you.
Mm-hmm. He continues working his wood.
Well, this human's doing his work, so it's probably very rude to stop him from his work. So Reuven will sit down with Kire and ooh, you know what humans like? Humans like gifts. So he's gonna go with Kire and hunt some meat and bring it, and like bring it as a gift for food for him.
Okay.
That's gonna be the plan.
Alrighty. Do you go like far away or do you stay like close?
Close, I think. Yeah.
Close. Like how close?
Uh, I will go as far as needed to find something to hunt. That is, or maybe I'll just gather some like plants to eat. He'll see what she would if he sees something that's like tasty as a plant or something tasty as an animal. He'll take either, but he'll go as far as needed to find those things, and then try to come back.
The first thing you find, like about like 3/4 of a mile away, is like you see like a few rabbits like hopping away.
Oh, what color are the rabbits? If they're white, that's bad.
No, why not white?
Okay.
Why like brown grayish, like a not so colorful brown.
That should be okay, he thinks. So he'll try to hunt like one for Kere, one for the man.
I mean, not an issue. You can just
That's perfect. Yeah.
let Kira loose and she can murder all of them. Like she's perfectly equipped to deal with these creatures. Or you can try to shoot one.
He'll shoot one, yeah.
Yeah. Roll me a d20.
16.
It's pretty decent. You nail a rabbit to the ground.
Perfect. And he'll let Kere eat one or two, a couple as well.
Yeah. Kira goes to town. Like, there's some carnage.
And then we go back with a bunny on an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes back.
Mm-hmm. Well, it
Does
was a
he
quick
see the
trip.
man?
That's
The man
like
has been.
60, 70 minutes in total.
Yeah.
He's still cutting wood.
Ooh. Ruan will wait like another hour.
Still cutting wood.
Okay. My dead bunny's gonna go bad. That's the problem.
I mean, you know how to hunt. You know how to deal with.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
like your wheelhouse. So you're not gonna run into quick issues.
Yeah. He'll deal with the bunny,
Yeah.
presents it as a gift, and then we'll wait until as long as it takes for this man to stop chopping wood.
Like he, without dropping a beat, he like keeps chopping wood for 6, 7 hours.
Reuven's fine to wait as long as
Yeah.
needed.
And after like 8 hours of wood cutting, like that's what you guess how long he was cutting wood. He like throws a like part of the wood in a basket, grabs the basket with like one arm, shoulders the axe, and heads inside.
As he stops and picks up and starts heading inside, I shout, "Hello, I have brought a gift for you.
Gives
A
you like
meal."
a glance over the shoulder. He ignores you, heads inside.
This guy seems different than Reuven anticipated, but he's gonna go and place the bit of bark he found, or like some sticks upon which rests the bunny corpse, and he'll put it in like front of the door, and then go back like a little bit, and we'll rest outside the hut for the night.
Alrighty. Give me a perception check at -5.
Okay. That's plus 11 minus 5. Bad.
Yeah. You wake up next morning.
I wait for the man.
You wait, and after waiting for like 2 hours or so, you hear like a stomping sound coming from behind you, and as you turn around, you see the guy slightly covered in blood. Walking back to his hut. Or do you like wait in front of the hut for him? Like, does it do?
So I'm probably close by to the hut. So I try to, not fully cutting him off, but I do go closer to him and wave again. Hello, I just wish to speak once, please.
You already spoke once. Walks by you, heads into his hut.
Reuven thinks to himself, well, if he can't let him tell him how he's a part of nature, or he's a friend of nature, he'll just have to observe for himself. So Reuven is ready to hunker down and effectively stalk this guy for like a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Two more days go by. Like you see him occasionally. You're like presenting yourself so he knows that you're there, right?
Sure.
You're not like hiding.
He's not trying to hide.
Yeah.
He's not stealth. He's not hunting.
And like after you kind of annoying this guy for like 6 days straight, he like steps out of his hut, like looks at you and says, "What does it take for you to just leave me alone? You ever wonder why a guy lives alone up on a cliff in an unhospitable place? It's because he wants to be alone. So asking you to leave is not working, so just say what you have to say and then get lost."
He takes a deep breath in. I am seeking to understand your connection with nature. May I follow you for one day on your hunt?
No. I'm also not hunting, so
Will you hunt?
maybe.
May I follow you then?
No.
Can you tell me how you... Reuven himself stays silent at the moment, as he really didn't consider how to go about this. He'll take a real good look at this guy, I guess, and his old house, and really try and like put that into perspective, and really question his own understanding of this person. Is he just a normal human here? Or
I mean, he's clearly not normal, but like that's like a shitty built house with like 2 chickens that he probably stole from somewhere, and he like has an axe that he probably got from somewhere, and he's like this big hunking dude walking around barefoot with just pants on. I mean, like he came back like blood splattered the other day. God knows from what. He's unfriendly.
When he was cutting wood, was he like full on cutting down trees?
He must have probably somewhere cut trees because he has built like a house here. But like you did not come like across like a area where he has cut down like 20 trees next to each other. So it's a forest. Occasionally trees disappear in a forest and new trees grow. I mean,
it's not like he's doing something. He is living one with nature, just not quite in the same way Reuven had imagined. Reuven stands there awkwardly, silent, staring at the sky for some time. Real squinting at him.
He looks at you like thoroughly unimpressed.
I guess I have heard wrongly then.
You didn't listen? Seems to be an issue with you.
You do not proclaim yourself to a path of protecting nature or guarding it or helping it?
Maybe. It's none of your business, I guess.
I guess.
I live here. If a group of kobolds shows up, I smack them around so they get lost or are dead. I mean, you don't want to have kobolds in your front yard, I guess. Whatever it is, like, just want to be alone, okay?
He squints his eyes a bit more, takes a deep breath and sighs and says, I apologize if I have made your days bad. I hope you have a good day.
Once you
He does a
leave,
bow.
every day will be great again, so...
He
Goodbye.
bows, and
Never
I
to meet
guess we'll
again.
turn around. Well, what was the final thing he says?
Never to meet again.
Oh. Yeah. I guess Ruben will turn around. Now here's a good conundrum, isn't it? He walks away sometime with Kire, scratching his chin. This wasn't quite how he hoped this would go. But I guess thinking about it does make sense. It would be weird if there's just a human that's living one with nature, but is completely alone, hates people. I guess maybe it isn't. Put into this interesting conundrum, Reuven's gonna probably again gonna find like a nice spot to camp, think for the rest of the day and evening. Feeling a bit odd. There really hasn't been many, especially humans, that have had this type of reaction to him. You know, it's been humans have always been very social. But it also seems like he isn't quite the person that could teach him what he was looking for. At least that seems to be the impression right now. Reuven, he'll rest for the night. Hopefully nothing costs him.
Yeah. Can we take like a quick pee break here? Yeah.
That sounds absolutely good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be fine.
So let's take a quick break.
Hello. Okay. I'll try on my computer a little bit as well. And if I start lagging again, please let me know and I'll
Yep.
push back to my phone.
Alrighty.
But, yeah. Let's get back to the game.
Night goes by uneventful.
I think one last thing Reuven will do. For this, he might wait a little bit until Kire tells him that the man has left his hut. He might stay a bit backwards, go a bit slightly away for some time, and then occasionally come and check if he's left. And we'll wait if needed a couple days to see if he's left.
I mean, like for the next few, yeah, like you're legit stalking him now. Now you're hiding and trying to see if you spot him. Or...
Now I'm hiding. Now I'm stalking. Yes. Yes. Now I'm stalking.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for him to leave, not to follow him. I want a moment to observe his living space. Not to go inside, but to just look around. Actually, I guess I don't need to do this. I guess the next day, is he inside or is he outside?
You don't see
Let's
him.
go check.
Okay. Kira checks.
He's gonna just go.
He's inside.
Okay. He's just gonna go to like the edge of his territory. Besides a tree, sit down, and just try to feel, just as he has felt before, on like effectively the change in nature, right? When he seen nature definitely go up in his the woods of the elves, the unicorns area, the low bay forest, or even the dryad area within the lower bay forest, right? He'll try to detect if there is any sort of change, positive change like that, in around this person's hut.
You don't find anything. It's like just wood.
Okay.
Just forest.
In that case, after having meditated next to this hut, or been next to this hut for like a week, he sighs, not feeling quite defeated, but just not gaining what he had hoped to gain. But feeling disappointment is normal. He does a final bow in towards the hut and says, "My companion, we can leave. I don't believe found a friend here."
Pack your things and leave.
I think we shall. Though I don't think he plans to leave fully. Or what he knows of the area of these trees, this higher up area is definitely the more dangerous one, I think, right? With more active creatures.
Depends on where you are. You're running in trolls up here. You don't think you have ran in trolls in the eastern forest downstairs, so Oh, you have run into trolls there. I mean the to you, is there really much danger? Like the most dangerous thing to you would be anything that is organized.
That is true. Yeah. So I think now the Ruin has effectively met everyone and everything that he wanted to really give him new ideas or new ways of thinking. It feels as though he's kind of hit a wall on that front. And the next thing he needs to do really is really just be by himself for a while and and think things through. And do some productive stuff, at least that he would feel is productive. With the biggest thing being the training of his new old companion, Kire, as he doesn't really have done the through tests of multiple different types of training like he has done with Kitty. So something he feels very much that he is missing and needs to do before we go on any more adventures is have that real, possibly multi-month or plus long training session with Kire. Really getting a very good sense of her and her combat style, her abilities, both physical and magical, and really training in all those ways of combat, just like he did with Kitty.
All right.
And the plan is to just stick in these woods, traveling around the northern parts, going wherever he really feels like. To find a similar connection to Kere as he does have with Kitty right now.
Great.
I think that's going to be the big thing. Yeah. So that is what Ruben plans to do forward.
Is this like the until something else happens, you do this, or?
I think so. There's like some combinations of other things that Ruben might do once there's a good handle on Kire's training, but it's mostly going to be strengthening the connection with her and having his own thoughts. I think after he has had enough time with Kire, or he can begin to also do other things, like to just mix things up a bit. Another idea would be to start doing more meditation type stuff and trying to see if he can get a better connection again with his core and the connection he has with nature. But I don't think he has any large requirements or expectations from that. It's just more something he does.
Okay. Is this something that you would?
No big.
Is this something that you would like spend like 3 months on, just like training with Kira?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Like time-wise, kind of close to where Oliver's session ended. We are like in the middle of the 4th month. So if you're looking at the 6-month window here with Osmar learning things, that would like align very well.
Yeah.
All right. So, what specific do you want to learn with Kira?
So similarly, the three big things are one is my control effectively over her, which in Reuven's case is much more of like him getting to know Kira and Kira getting to know him and establishing their connection. So in combat, he can do things like in the middle of a bloody combat tell her to retreat or make sure she doesn't get into a bloodlust or something like that. At least have good chance to do those things. I understand it might come down to checks, whatever, but he wants to train that definitely.
Yeah.
And similar to Kitty, where they both have a very good understanding of each other's combat abilities and can instantly relay information and orders and such. Second thing is really getting to know her magic, weird magic abilities that she has. I really anything that she can do. Would like to really push the limits on that and see what her limits with this weird mind magic is.
Okay. All right. Let's look at the things here for a moment, so we know what we have. Just quickly check the abilities she has.
Okay. You can go first.
Yeah. One thing that you already have established with her is that when it comes to fighting, that she would usually try to stay in contact with you. There's this telepathic link that she keeps. That she keeps and in and outs of a bit, so she knows what you're trying to tell her, and you have trained basic command words that she understands. So if you shout something at her, she knows what you mean. Kitty understands Elven, simple Elven.
Yeah.
The Kiri does not speak Elven, so talking back to you is always only telepathic. But she's smart enough to understand the general concept of the shouts you give.
Okay, got it. What's the telepathic length, the telepathic connection length? Also, can I tell that?
What?
The connection, the telepathic connection we have, does it have a distance length or some sort of time requirements? Is that mostly just you can constantly have that?
Yeah, give me a moment. That's one of her skills, and I will give you the rundown of it in a moment.
Yeah, totally. If you want, I had effectively one more main training thing that needed to be done, and then a couple of more fun things. This is for both Kitty and Kiri this time, is their new ability of switching and the ability to switch mid-combat and not be disoriented, I guess. To be switching in and out constantly.
Yeah.
And training that.
You would very very quickly find out that you tend to ask them if they can switch. But the switching itself is a power that it belongs to you, so you can at will switch them.
Okay.
Switching takes a round.
Okay. So a full round ability. And the main training part is if we're in the middle of a heated combat, Kira could go to Kitty, and Kitty would immediately next round be able to do something effectively.
That works. Alrighty, so let's get all of these open. Okay, so skill number 1. So like this is like if you want to dive into psionics, we can do this, or like just like I can give like a rough thing, and then if it comes to it, then we just quickly check if it works or not. But do you know like the skill set that the Kira has?
Okay. I'll fully let you like balance that as you want me to, or like however much information you want to give me.
I mean, you're training with the Kira. You can, you can have all the information you want. You can like check all the skill set that she has, and just the question for me is there something that you are looking to employ? Because then we have to go more into the how does it implement with the world idea, or is there something that like if you never tap into the psionics and then one time you need like project force or something, then we never have an issue if that Kiri doesn't have enough psionic points to use it, and it's only a question of like rolling 3 dice to see if it works or not. But if you like want to often employ psionics, then we have to like keep track of some more things. That's basically.
I getcha. I do have to be honest. I'd like to, if possible, have Kire also have like more magical means, like how I pull Kitty off and just have a push reduces. It'd be really nice to have her at will use of those abilities as well. So
yeah, if it's like you want like if the max is like 4 skills a day, then we don't have to go into psionic points at all, because she usually should always have it. If you're thinking more like in terms of magic abilities, like Kitty has like a set of magic abilities that she can use on a day, and if you think of it the same for the Kira, then this works, and then we can just look at the kind of abilities or the spells she has, and think of them as spells. That works for me.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, then like the Kiri just has like 5 spell slots, and then let's just quickly map out what these spell slots would look like. So number 1 is Project Force. That's a bit of an odd spell then, but basically it is a roll to hit. The hit would be a 14. And Kiri's just quickly, I think Kiri has like a what's her plus to hit on psionics?
That's a lot of numbers and words and letters that I don't really understand.
Alrighty, it's just a straight up 0. So okay. So she has no bonuses anyways, so you can ignore that. And alrighty, so skill number 1 is Project Force, or spell number 1, and it's basically a roll to hit, needs to hit a 14. And then it is a telepathic push, or a telepathic hit, so she can use it to like attack someone. If she like just pushes something, then like any like small thing, or like a door or window, something like this, can be moved. And if she uses it as an attack, it deals 1d6 plus AC in damage. And then we have to, but that's like considering old AC, so FACO AC. So a 1d6 plus what would it be?
So reverse of AC, effectively?
Yeah, basically reverse of AC to 20, basically like the distance to 20.
Okay. So if it has more than
if it has more than 20 AC, it like goes back down. Yeah.
Okay. So the Kira starts doing less damage. It goes over
exactly.
20.
So on a AC 10 target, it's 1d6 plus 10 damage, and an AC 20 target, it's 1d6 damage, and in a AC 30 target, it's like 0 damage.
So that's 1d6 plus. Okay, yeah, understood.
There's like a function that would like do this.
But we can.
Yeah, or we can like just
It seems like
Yeah.
not the and it's once per day. All 5 of these.
No, we're going like Kira has like 5 spell slots and she can use any ability. 5.
But okay,
She can use
Like
any
Ruin.
5 abilities. Yeah, like Ruin, yeah. So make it easy like this. That is number 1. And then number 2 is Soften. Where's this? I think it's in. Is it in here? Or does it like just straight up not have a description? Also a possibility. Does not have a description. Amazing. Do we have one in here? Dum-dum-dum-dum. Okay. So that is probably like so Soften is like a weird skill that like slightly changes the consistency of something. Main thing here would be using it on like metal. So which would like reduce like the AC.
Okay.
The roll for this is a 12.
Okay. Roll 12 or higher on a +0 d20. Could it also be used on like a sword or a weapon?
Yeah. Or like on like reduce like every use of it like for probably like a combat reduces the AC by 1 or would reduce like the damage by 1.
Reduce damage or AC by 1. Okay. And this is mostly used on objects, not creatures.
Yes.
Okay.
Only objects.
Makes sense.
And next one is levitation. The roll is a 12 again. And then it's like levitate by 60 feet around. Oh, it's on herself. Yeah, she can levitate herself. Yeah.
But levitate is different from flight.
Yeah, levitate is only up and down.
Ah, got it. Only on up and down. Okay. This could be like if there's a strong wind or something, it could push her forward as well. Okay.
Yeah. Also, like her own ability to project force, so she could push herself as well.
Okay. How long does this last? If you need time to consider anything, you can not say right now.
I'm going by like 20. Like in theory, she could use it until her psionic points run out. But let's just say 10 rounds.
Okay, 10 minutes.
To balance it out with the psionic costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Then
levitation, number 3.
next one, Psionic Blast, which she has used very effectively to knock out hobgoblins. Ta-dum. Oh, that one is like somewhere else again. Like, why? Where is it? So, Psionic Blast is Where does it okay, so that is like just to hit a 10.
Okay.
And then it does 1d12 damage.
Okay.
And range is just go 60 yards.
Okay, 60 yards. It's just a straight 1d12.
Let's go with 2d8 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
2d8 damage. Yeah.
Project Force, for the record, has like 200 yards in range. So.
Okay. Range 200 yards.
And Soften has 30 yards in range.
And levitation is self only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Psionic Blast should have a to hit 8.
Roll 8 or higher on d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think these two are defenses, which are pointless for us here. Yeah. We can ignore this one. Go to the next. That is awe. Okay. So awe is a defensive spell here. Needs to roll a 14. And if succeeds, awes the creature. So the creature would not attack the Kira, and instead kind of basically it's a frighten effect in terms of mechanics. If it can escape, it will run away from the Kira. If it cannot escape, it will just stand there and admire the Kira and not attack.
All right, but if there's other people around, would they attack them?
If forced to, yeah.
So, hide. So it's effectively they'll hide if they can't run, but if they will get cornered by other creatures, they'll.
Yeah, like just like think frightened, so it will like try to back off, and if anybody like comes close and threatens, it will still fight. But if it does not have to fight, it will just run away. As long as the Kira like does not do like ignore it, like. So if the Kira would like try to awe one thing and then like awe a second thing, the first thing would break.
Okay.
Next one.
Does that thing have a range?
20 yards.
Okay.
Oh, wait, just quickly check. No, it's an area of effect. Okay. Creatures
so
within 20 yards.
Creatures.
Yeah.
Okay. And can she separate creatures, like designate as friendlies, or is it just all?
Just all.
Okay. And there's no save on the creature's end. It's just.
I mean, she
Succeed.
needs to hit them, so
Yeah.
it's kind of the save.
Yeah, she needs to hit the 14 or higher on D20. Yeah, got it.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Where's this one? Psychic Crush. Where are you? Okay. Let's look at the other one again. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Ooh, alrighty. So this is a 50-yard range. Need to roll a... where is it? Not here, not here, not here. Hello, show yourself. The fuck? Telepathy. I'm just blind. Uh-huh. Just blind, okay. When? Sorry, like something is not making sense here. Give me a moment.
No problem at all.
Down there, if it should be up here. Where? Okay. Would be as much cooler to use this one. Okay. So then this should be probably a 14 as well.
Okay. Roll of 14.
And then this one would force a save versus paralyzation.
Okay.
And if failed, like stun for a round.
Stun for 1 round.
Yep.
Okay. That's 15 yards. 50 yards. 14 or higher.
Yeah, 50 yards.
Save
Yeah.
versus power. Yep.
Okay. This one probably does not make sense again. Dum-dum. Alrighty, we just ignore this because we like roped it in with the other one. That's cool as well. Cool already. So this not.
Oh, what is the effects of stun? Is that? I don't think there's a specific 2e.
Just like not moving, like cannot act and
Okay.
-4 on AC. Cannot save against. Cannot dodge. So every spell that whose like saving throw would mean it has dodged can also not happen. Okay, this we don't need. Then we have the last two. Number one, life detection. Life detection has a variable range. It lasts for. Let's also go with 10 rounds. That's like a good one. And this one then would be like a roll every round to see if that detection happens or not. Needs to roll a 13. And has like some different settings, but let's not overcomplicate it. Just go with just go with one range, so it's 60 yards range, and can like scan 90 degrees.
$90 degrees, okay.
And so it like rolls every round. I do the rolling.
Okay.
And it detects like all living creatures. And if it detects living creatures, you can like focus a second round to like determine like strength levels, kind of like if creatures are like very differently strong. And will like it's easier to detect like high life power creatures. It's more difficult to detect low life power creatures. But it gives like a accurate count. Okay. And then the last is contact. Which I can't find again. Perfect. Oh, is this so difficult? Oh, no, this is just, we move this to passive.
Okay.
That's like Kira's way to speak with you. All right.
So 7 different spells, 5 slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she can like freely choose between these things.
And it's similar to Kitty, just 24-hour cooldown. Like Kitty's. Yeah, got it. Couple smaller questions, or I guess things I might try out. I just had a new thought for Kira and I immediately forgot about it. Happens. First thing, this easiest one first. If active effects of magic are like active on either of them, and they switch, and then they switch back, are those magic items, magic effects immediately cancelled, like Kitty's enlarge, for example, or do they just last the same amount as would normally?
Time continues uninterrupted by anything. So if a spell lasts for 1 hour and Kitty spends 85 minutes in shadow form and then switches back, it lasts for 1 hour, 1 minute.
Got it. Yeah. Second question is a leading question to the big the real question. I have this spell called Bark Skin. Testing on myself, does it feel like similar to a Stone Skin spell?
I think no.
Okay. More so thinking like, does it feel similar in like the uncomfortableness of having a item like a material cover your skin?
It definitely feels slightly odd, yeah.
Now the big thing is, I'm just substituting bark skin for stone skin. And I'm thinking if from Kitty, I learned that I'm assuming both cats don't really like if they would be covered in stone all the time. But if I were to have one of them in stone skin and then switch, and then have them switch back to the stone skin person in mid combat, do they care much if they're bark skinned while they switch? That's that's the ploy.
Yeah, time for them like continues like normal on the other side. You don't know what they're doing in Shadowland, but they still like exist and feel like the same issues.
Got it. Okay. But the question, I guess, would still stand if for like a combat time, like for the matter of like minutes, tens of minutes, would they be okay with stone skin? Either of them?
Probably.
Okay. As I assume it doesn't fully like make them less useful in combat. It's just it's uncomfortable to have fur and then stone.
Yeah, they will definitely get rid of the stone skin as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that was that. That was that question. I guess I can't really know this, but so this might be something I need to like check with Uzma at some point. But like, do Kirei spells does like are they counted as magic, and what does like powerful creatures magic resistance, does that block it? But I'm assuming I probably don't have any ways to like be able to identify that.
This will come. I do have no idea. Just for
Okay.
the issue will always happen if you run into a creature that is also has also psionic powers. As long as they don't have, it is fair game.
Okay. All right. Then that's that. Let me just look at all my this. Okay, I think that's mostly it with my training things. If I have any small questions throughout the weeks, I'll PM it to you. One final thing that's more so just if I have the time to slot in there, or like we need a little bit more time, Ruben will do his personal things of like making more arrows, and specifically he's gonna make himself as a extra bow. He's gonna make himself a maximum strength bow if he has the time, because I do believe I can make both arrows and bows.
Yeah.
Bow Fletcher proficiency.
Let's just quickly look at. Bowie Fletcher. So getting like arrows is kind of a just a question of finding feathers, but you can hunt things to get feathers, so no problem. And having arrowheads.
Yes.
Which is the limiting thing on your end, I think.
Yes. I do have arrows. These are. Yeah, arrows. Yeah, Reuben's mostly out of his own arrows. That was the big problem. He has like over. Actually, I think all the arrows on him right now are his arrows, but he is starting to get low on like his own arrows. But he has. Good. So good. I'll say the arrows are okay for now. You might because I think we didn't clarify where all of Reuben's arrows went. They were probably in the hole of holding, the portable hole, and the portable hole stayed with Uzma, I think. Yeah. So most of his shitty, most of the arrows he made are not with him, so that's fine. But the bow is the main thing then.
Okay. So you want to make a fancy bow, which will be a proficiency thing going on.
Yeah.
Why is it not here? Makes no sense. Why? Why do we put things in one place and don't not put it on the other place? There should be like a skill attached to this, but for some reason.
Non-weapon proficiencies.
Is it like in the normal player's handbook? Non-weapon proficiencies. Okay, it's not here. Okay, here it is. Oh, just doesn't tell it here. Okay, it doesn't tell it here. Here, dexterity -1. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, so making a bow takes you, you need to find something which you can do. You're like in a nice area here, nice trees around you. And it takes you 1 week to carve the bow. And after this, you have to make a check.
Okay.
So usually, like making a normal bow would take you like a week, like finding something that is suitable, and then making the bow, and then you're checking whether or not you fuck up the bow or not. These bows that are like wild crafted are a bit flaky, so you can very easily occasionally break a wild crafted bow. AKA don't roll once on your shitty improvised bows. Since you don't want to make a shitty improvised bow, you want to make a cool great bow, right?
Yeah.
you will have to find like something some really good wood,
Okay.
which in theory you could find up here. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit more time invested to like find the appropriate branch and then carve it down, and then like the finding of the branch that you need is the one thing that will take most time here. And then you still need to roll the check, and if you don't succeed, it's like wasted, and you have to start once again. And if you succeed, you can make a strength bow. Yeah. Alrighty. For balance sake, strength bow is limited to 18. So 18 100, which you have. You don't get the +6 on bow shots. So it would be
Sorry, I think I lagged something.
yeah, like the strength you can add to your to hit and damage, it like caps out at 18, not at 18 100. So
Okay.
just for
Normal
balance
18,
sake,
yeah.
because you can fire 5 shots in a round, and like just having a smooth 30
Yeah.
damage added in a round is a bit. So it's +1 +2. It's still 10 damage
Yeah,
that you
one
get,
more.
but
Yeah.
not completely broken. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. So you're hunting for the appropriate thing here. You have I think like 6 weeks, which like roll me just let's roll like some proficiency checks to see like how long it takes you to find the appropriate wood. You want to succeed on the first one
Okay.
for the wood, and once you have the wood, the second one to make the bow.
Okay. Do you want the same proficiency?
It is the same proficiency. Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
Okay. So this first roll is Dex -1 is for finding the wood. Rolling.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you immediately find like a like. Actually, you find like a some sort of a more like bushy tree that has like a few branches that are suitable. So if you fuck up the first one, you have backup.
Okay. And this next roll is for the carving. Do I get any bonuses because of my amazing carving knife? It's magic.
Your amazing carving knife that is magic allows you to do these checks without having the proficiency. So that's a lot of bonus already.
Okay.
And also, please don't cheat and
That's
just
all right.
use your like a natural agility here. Yeah. So what is your
Yes,
base?
I don't have any.
Oh, your base is
I don't
17,
have
and
any.
you. Oh, you're no longer wearing the gloves. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. My base 17.
Yeah.
Okay, I roll them again.
Alrighty.
32.
Good roll. Yeah. You have a bow.
Roll. Yeah.
Now the only thing you need is bowstring.
That is true. What kind of? I did previously, I think, mention I discussed this with my teacher, Aaron. Did he have any ideas on what kind of bowstrings I would need, where to get it?
Like a normal bowstring would work fine. You could like.
Okay.
Oh no! What bow do you have right now? Is this still like
I
Rufus
have still
beginner
the
bow?
very same bow. I think the same bow. I think my bow changed when I went to the
Oh
Vibrant Dream.
yeah. You
So
have
the
like
same bow.
yeah.
Vibrant Dream bow. Yeah.
You came back without a bow, and then bought a bow or got like a bow from Elfenlands, if I remember correctly.
Oh yes, probably got new, basically starting gear from Elven Lands. So
Yeah, all right. So you're
it's probably a normal.
but then
Elven bow
again, like you would carve the bow to be like adjusted to your size. So the bow you carved and the bow you have are probably basically the same size. So you could switch bowstrings.
Okay. That's actually a good point. I've never really thought about it, but I think bowstrings are quite prone to snapping, aren't they?
Yeah,
Or is that
you
my
usually
fantasy?
you string bows when you use them and unstring them when you don't use them. It's like some weird bow thing. But then you have magic bows and they are like set in stone and there's no stringing and then unstringing. So we ignore it for the most part.
If need be, yeah.
You
we
can
would
by
probably
time
head
get
back to-
bowstring and solve the issue. Yeah.
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 So that's good.
Before your next adventure, you will immediately
Very, very
inevitably
good. I
be
have
in some
my
sort of
special
settlements.
woven bow.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I think that's everything I have.
Mm.
All of my ideas and notes have been crossed out. Yeah. I had one extra idea that I just had, but then I immediately forgot it. So that'll have to be for the future. Oh, I remembered what I wanted to ask. Similar to how I have Kitty's full like stats and stuff. Would I also get Kirei's stats and such, or is
I like
just like NPC token?
I think like let's quickly check Kitty's stats, and I think we can just take the same for Kira. Probably Kira's wisdom would be a bit higher, but we're now rolling wisdom checks for Kira, so
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
So probably same 11 of perception, and then the rest is that same. Okay, yeah. Because I was thinking of, we've never used this for Kitty because Kitty, even if we buff Kitty, probably not going to do much. But Kirei, if I got Usma to do all of his strength bullshit that he has done on me before on Kirei, that could be something already. That could be something.
That's like let me.
But I'm not
I think
sure
there's
how.
like some rules on how strength works on on non something
NPCs,
word. No, not. I'm not thinking NPCs. I'm thinking people who do not have strength scores.
Oh, yeah. There's
no. No. It's not in here. Oh no, that's just on the other one on what's it? Ray of Enfeeblement. Yeah. In the other way, it like makes it. So in theory, I think Kirill would probably be ranked as a rogue. So.
Okay.
D6 in strength, which means. It needs to roll a 6 to give it a +1 on damage. Could happen.
Yeah. 5 actually, if it's 13.
Why 30?
13 of strength is base. +5 is 18.
Why is it 13 the base? Isn't it 10?
I'm reading strength is 13 on Kitty.
I'm reading strength as 10 on Kitty. Where do we have a 13?
I'm sorry, I had the wrong sheet up.
Okay.
That's my fault. Strength of 10, yes.
Yeah. But then again, this like kind of balances nicely because 7 attacks.
Exactly, yeah. Also, there's the other thing he has, the wand that makes you bigger and stronger. I don't know how that'll work with a non-humanoid though, but that was what gave me like 20-something strength when we were fighting the sand dragon. I did like just enormous strength damage.
I think this would just be like a 1.5 on damage dice.
Okay. That makes sense. Though, would that stack with normal enlarge? Good questions that Reuven cannot answer himself, so it's not something I can. Yeah, but just ideas. Also, like saves and such, you'd say are the same for Kiri as for Kitty.
No. Kiri has better saves.
I actually don't know where to even look at saves on a sheet, so.
So Kiri's saves would be just basically 2 better all the way. Unless I am looking at the wrong creature, but I think Kiri... Oh, how many hit dice does she have? Does she have 6 or 7 hit dice? That's the question here. Probably has 7.
6 plus 6.
6 plus 6?
That's what hit dice say, yeah.
Alrighty. So Kiri is your personal troll. Then it's just 2 better all the way, except for Breath Weapon, which is 3 better. But, yeah.
Okay. So still not amazing, but might come into play. Minus. Well, I believe that is all I had prepared for us today, DM.
Alrighty.
All the questions, all the NPCs I could think of. And we also nicely reached the end of our time.
Perfect, basically.
I hope you had a nice calm session this time, as I heard yesterday's session was not calm, so I
Super
this was
calm,
a nice
except for the short intermezzo with the giants that went not calm. But other than this, everything was under control.
But thank you for playing with me, and thank you for putting your having to spend all this mind power on figuring out how to make new spells.
No problem. Alrighty, I think that concludes it, and I assume the next time we will meet, we will be all back together. Once Usma has figured out his magic stuff. Alrighty.
Okay.
So, thanks for playing, and we will meet again either next week or in 2 weeks, one of the twos. Alrighty. Okay.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
I hope you have a great night, Doug.
Yeah, you too. And we will meet again
All right.
in 1 or 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.